the concerted efforts of the companies to act in pursuance of a common endeavor or enterprise.
Or enterprise.
And nobody could have put it in a better word than Lord Denning. And from the above discussion, we can infer that entities within a corporate group have separate legal personality which cannot be ignored, save in exceptional circumstances as fraud. The distinction between a parent company and its subsidiary is fundamental and cannot be easily abridged by taking recourse to economic convenience. Legally, the rights and liabilities of a parent company cannot be transferred to the subsidiary company and vice versa unless there is a strong legal basis for doing so. Now, strong legal basis for doing so is purely subjective.
Next, nodi, adopting a pragmatic approach to
Yes, ma'am.
consent.
In the context of arbitration law, the intention of the parties has to be derived from the words used in the arbitration agreement. While construing the arbitration agreement, it is the duty of the court to not delve deep into the intricacies of the human mind, but only consider the expressed intentions of the parties. The words used in the contract reflect the commercial understanding between the parties. Intention of the parties has to be ascertained from the words used in the contract considered in the light of the surrounding circumstances and the object of such contract. An arbitration agreement encapsulates the commercial understanding of businesses, entities as regards the mode of manner of settlement of dispute that may arise between them in respect of the legal relationship. Most situations, the language of the contract is only suggestive of the intention of the signatories to such contract and not non-signatories. However, there may be situations where a person or entity may not sign an arbitration agreement, yet give the appearance of being a veritable party to such arbitration agreement due to their legal relationship with the signatory parties and involvement in the performance of the underlying contract, especially in cases involving complex transactions involving multiple parties and contract. A non-signatory may be substantially involved in the negotiation or performance of the contractual obligations without formally consenting to be bound by the ensuing burdens, including arbitration. Modern commercial reality suggests that there often arise situations where a company which has gained contract containing arbitration is not always the one.
Understood.
Therefore, not
So
I will
it
not
is
agree
not
that it's
just
a-
piercing the wheel illa idu. Illa.
That
ಇದು
is why-
piercing the wheel fraud of duplicity ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಟೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್.
Now 103.
ನಿಮ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ
But his lordship again reiterates that the group of companies doctrine is a fact-based doctrine,
Correct.
purely subjective.
Correct.
Purely subjective.
Correct.
Now, I will take your lordships to list of the objections filed by the.
ನಿಮ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಏನು?
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್. Now,
ನೀವು ಸಿಗ್ನೇಟರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ.
On 26/6/2010, Malad, the respondent, that the claimants basically ISKCON, who had held a substantial quantity of real estate, about 28 acres of land. Now, it was 2 bits of lands were segregated. In 2010, 26/6/2010, there was an agreement between ISKCON and MDPL, that is Monthly Developers Private Limited, to purchase item number 1 and
Two properties, one
There are-
property you wanted to buy.
outright purchase by MDPL. Item number 2, we wanted to develop. That is, since I am the person who is sought to be implicated, I wanted to develop the item number 2. That your lordships get it.
who
And
was-
I paid
Monthly Developers Private
Limited.
ಹಾ.
And I paid 15 crore to ISKCON, claimant number 3. Then there was another agreement dated these dates may be relevant, 29/7/2010. 29/7/2010, there was a supplementary agreement between MDPL, that is the petitioner before your lordship, and claimant number 4 ISKCON. ISKCON 4. And I paid additional amount of rupees 5 crores. So totally 20 crores were paid to ISKCON by the MDPL. Now, this is most important. Now, on 29th of September 2010. A second supplementary agreement was entered into. There was a paradigm shift in the arrangement in the sense that ISKCON was represented by a company called Gokulam Gokulam Shelters Private Limited. That is the first respondent before your lordship. Basically, they appointed Gokulam Shelters Private Limited as a front to perform the contract to be entered into. Then MDPL assigned the whatever arrangement it had to a company called Landmaster. Your lordship need not remember Landmasters Realtors Limited, which again became Mantri Castle. Now it became the respondent number 5 before your lordship.
Castles Vista
CVPL.
Private Limited.
Pardon me?
Castles Vista.
Yes.
Ah.
Now, all these, they are agreements to enter into an agreement. All these, they are prelude. The actual development agreement was entered on 29th of July 2010.
That is between